Sometimes women will ask me, how do I know the things that I know? And how did I become the woman that I am? And I'm like, I just show up in life. I participate. I do the things that others don't want to do. I'm not afraid to explore the unknown. In order to understand and figure out more of who you are, you can't be afraid to live life. And that means you can't be afraid of having experiences, good or bad. Any experience that comes your way, any situation is sent to teach you some sort of lesson. You have to get to a point in your life where you're able to analyze things as such. Regardless of what shows up, how you handle it determines the outcome and the next steps you'll take in your life. For the most part, my life has been on full display, so people have had the opportunity to watch how I handle things. And a lot of things that were sent to destroy me didn't, because I made a choice. I decide that I'm going to live my life with intention. You don't let other people write your story. And so, whatever comes my way, I will always deal with it and face it with my head held high. Remember, how you deal with a situation determines the next steps and choices in your life. So if you succumb to the things that are sent to you that are lessons, how are you going to deal with being the best version of yourself and all of that goodness that's going to come your way? And a big part of having self awareness is intention and boundaries. A lot of the things that women deal with day to day would simply be avoided if they enforced harsher boundaries. But a lot of women are afraid to do that because of the consequences that come with that. You got to get to a point where you don't care about the consequences. You have to deal with certain things in order to get the information necessary for you to learn more about yourself. You're never going to know what your power is if you are afraid to walk the path to uncover it. If you're so afraid of rejection, which is understandable, but at a point, no, it's not. You can't rely on other people's validation for the rest of your life in order for you to show up the way that you need to. Living with intention allows you to learn so much about yourself because it's you making conscious choices based off of what you want for yourself. A lot of women may think that they're living intentional lives, but they're not. Because if you talk to them, there's always complaints about how someone did this, and because of this, that's why this happened. If you're still at a place in your life where you're making excuses and you're blaming other people for everything that's happened, especially the bad, then you're not sitting with yourself to obtain the necessary wisdom. The wisdom is in the situation, but you have to turn that mirror to you. So when people ask me, how do you know the things that you know? How have you been able to become the woman that you've become? Through these necessary steps that I've had to take in life. I am not afraid to sit with myself, to analyze, to take accountability, and to tell myself that I can be and do better because that's how I see myself. Life is a mirror. All the information you need to live an intentional life is through the choices that you make. Every day and at every moment, you're making a choice. You have the right to choose yes or no, left or right, etc. So the only person that can take accountability for the structure of your life is you. And if you've reached a point where you're tired of living in the same loop, the only way to get out of that loop is to make a different choice. But you have to release the fear of the unknown. Walk into it. That is where you discover so much about yourself. Like, so many people are afraid to do things that don't go against the program because they're afraid of fear and judgment. When them following the rules in the first place isn't even making them happy. So why even continue to do the same thing over and over when it's not producing any different or better results? That's what I did. You know, I just made a decision a long time ago. I'm tired of the way my life is going. Let me be more intentional about what I am doing. You can't just go through life letting other people take control and making frivolous choices thinking that you're going to get great results, because you're not. And at certain points in life, making stupid choices are hard to recover from. So you make your journey easy by being extremely intentional about what you choose.